The Mirror That Showed Tomorrow. A psychological horror story, written for MysteryLens. When I moved into my new apartment, the first thing I bought wasn't a bed or even a table. It was a mirror. A tall, antique mirror with a silver frame carved into shapes I couldn't quite identify, almost like vines or veins. The shopkeeper said it came from an old estate outside the city. "Be careful with this one," he warned. "It remembers things." I laughed. Of course I did. It sounded ridiculous. The mirror stood at the end of my hallway, facing the living room. At first, it was just a mirror, but then I started noticing small differences. It's one of this. One morning, I walked by and saw the reflection of a coffee mug on the table. The problem was, there was no mug on the table in real life. An hour later, when I made coffee, I accidentally set the mug in the exact same spot I'd seen in the mirror. Coincidence? I told myself that word 100 times. Coincidence? But the next day, the mirror showed something else. The window was open, curtains moving in the wind. Outside, it was raining, and my window was closed tight. The following morning, when I woke up, the storm had stopped. My window was wide open, curtains swaying exactly as I'd seen. It's one of this. That's when I realized the mirror wasn't showing me the present. It was showing me tomorrow. I tried testing it. I placed an empty glass on the table and checked the mirror. In the reflection, the glass was shattered on the floor. I waited. 24 hours later, while cleaning, I knocked the glass over by accident. It broke in the exact same way. At first, it was fascinating. I could see things before they happened. Small, harmless things. But the mirror began showing more. A dark stain appeared on my wall. I looked, nothing there. The next night, a pipe burst behind the plaster, leaving a wet black mark, exactly where I'd seen it. Then, one morning, I saw myself in the mirror asleep on the couch, and behind me, a figure standing in the hallway. It's one of this. I froze. There was nothing there when I turned around. Nothing but that mirror, quietly reflecting what would come next. That night, I barely slept. At 3:17 a.m., I heard footsteps, soft, deliberate, coming from the hallway. Every instinct told me to stay still, to pretend I didn't hear it. But I had to look. The mirror showed the living room, faintly illuminated by the moonlight. The reflection moved. Someone or something was walking across the room, slow, unhurried, as if it belonged there. Its shape was wrong, too long. Its head tilted slightly, like it was studying me. I stared into the mirror, terrified to blink. And then the thing turned its head and looked straight at me. The glass trembled. I could swear it smiled. It's one of this. I woke up on the floor, hours later, with the taste of metal in my mouth. The mirror was cold when I touched it, colder than it should have been. The reflection showed me lying there exactly as I was. Except, in the reflection, my eyes were open, and I was smiling. I covered the mirror with a blanket and decided to sell it. But when I came back the next morning, the blanket was gone. The mirror stood uncovered, and written in fog across the glass were 3 words. "See you tomorrow." It's one of this. That was a week ago. Now, every morning when I wake up, I don't check the weather. I don't check my phone. I check the mirror. Because whatever it shows always happens. And tonight, it showed me sleeping, and someone standing over my bed. It's one of this. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to MysteryLens. Because sometimes what you see in the reflection isn't waiting for tomorrow.